this edition of English News. I'm KH Mary. First look at the top stories we're tracking at this hour. 21 ministers inducted in Narendra Modi's cabinet. Shiv Sena boycotts. And Centre begins to keep an eye on Manipur to make it a corruption-free state and not to waste public money, says BJP leader Shyam Jaju. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's first cabinet expansion took place today. While 4 ministers were given cabinet berth, 17 were sworn in as Minister of State. President Pranab Mukherjee administered the oath of office and secretary to the new ministers at a function at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Former Goa Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar, Party General Secretary J.P. Nadda and Chaudhary Birendra Singh and Suresh Prabhu took oath as cabinet ministers. Rajiv Pratap Rudi, Bandaru Dattatreya and Dr. Mahesh Sharma will be ministers of state with independent charge. Those inducted as new ministers of state include BJP Vice President Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, Ram Kripal Yadav and Haribhai Chaudhary. Shiv Sena distanced itself from the swearing-in ceremony. Vice President Mohammad Hamid Ansari, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Ministers Rajnath Singh, Arun Jaitley, Nitin Gadkari and BJP President Amit Shah and other dignitaries are present at the function. However, Shiv Sena boycotted the swearing-in ceremony as Shiv Sena nominee Vinay Desai was given a junior minister's post which was not acceptable by the party. Desai's name was suggested for a berth in the Union Ministry and he rushed to New Delhi for the swearing-in ceremony this afternoon. However, senior Sena MP Anandrao Atsul said in Mumbai minutes before the Rashtrapati Bhavan ceremony that the party has decided against going ahead with Desai's inclusion in Modi's cabinet. Though details were not available, Sena's growl stems from BJP's decision to include former Minister Suresh Prabhu as a cabinet minister and relegate Desai, the party's official nominee, to the Minister of State rank. National Secretary of BJP Shyam Jaju has said that the centre has begun to pay attention on making Manipur a corruption-free state. He said this while participating in a state-level workshop cum membership organized by Manipur Pradesh BJP in connection with mass enrollment of members to the party. President of Manipur Pradesh BJP T.H. Chauba and many other leaders of the party attended the workshop at the Dr. Shyam Prasad Mukherjee Hall at Nityai Patuteg today. The National Secretary spoke about mass online enrollment of members to the party as initiated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Party President Amit Shah. He also enlightened the gathering on how to enroll oneself in the party by calling the toll-free number provided by the party. State leaders of the party presented simple gifts to the visiting National Secretary. Speaking on the occasion, T.H. Chauba said the total number of members of the party earlier was just about 25,000. But under the new policy, it is being targeted to reach 1 lakh mark by next March. National Secretary Shyam Jaju further said that the number of total votes secured by BJP in the last general elections is 17 crore and 75 lakh. This is 31.5% of the total population of the country. BJP had won only 2 seats in 2004 elections, but today, having secured absolute majority in the Lok Sabha, the party has come to power at the centre. The party is taking up various steps under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to make India completely free of corruption. It is quite difficult to cleanse the whole system of governance as it had become very dirty due to the long period of misrule by Congress. He expressed confidence that the centre will allocate more funds for the northeastern states as the party considers the region as very important part of the country. The centre has begun to monitor to make Manipur a corruption-free state and not to waste public money. The centre knows pretty well that there is a government in the state which is immersed in corruption from the bottom to the top. The government headed by Narendra Modi has been trying to cleanse the system by taking suggestions and opinions from the people, the National Secretary said.
आने वाले दिनों में भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त मणिपुर होने के लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी एक सशक्त और समर्थ पर्याय के रूप में, एक अच्छा अल्टरनेट के रूप में उभर रही है और निश्चित रूप से आने वाले दिनों में पार्टी का काम प्रभावी तरीके से आगे बढ़ेगा। नरेंद्र मोदी जी के अग्रक्रम में, प्रायोरिटीज में नॉर्थ ईस्ट स्टेट विशेषता है। नॉर्थ ईस्ट स्टेट से उनको विशेष लगाव है। तो अभी तो सरकार को आकर 4 महीने हुए हैं। आने वाला बजट ये प्योर सरकार का बजट रहेगा और उसमें निश्चित रूप से नॉर्थ ईस्ट को अच्छा अग्रक्रम दिया जाएगा। मणिपुर का भी उसमें अंतर्भाव होगा। आज तो हमें इतना ही कहना है। आज यहाँ का मेंबरशिप ड्राइव हमारे अध्यक्ष जी भारत सिंह जी, हमारे संगठन महामंत्री, मेंबरशिप के सब हमारे प्रमुख पदाधिकारियों की उपस्थिति में आज यहाँ पर शुरू हुआ है। ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को हम इससे जोड़ेंगे।
An outbreak of scrub typhus or bush typhus, a form of typhus caused by the intracellular parasite, has been reported at Rigzian village, Ngarin in Churachandpur district. Symptoms of the disease are fever, headache, muscle pain, cough and gastrointestinal symptoms. The outbreak of the disease was confirmed yesterday. A team of Bishnupur District Health Surveillance and National Students Union of India visited the village and organized an awareness camp too. The surveillance team of Bishnupur District was constituted by Dr. O. Romesh, District Surveillance Officer, and Dr. Reshmi Devi, Community Medicine Specialist. 8 persons have been reportedly affected by the disease. All the affected persons are undergoing treatment at different private and government hospitals in Imphal. According to reports collected from the spot, most of the victims complained of fever, headache, cough and muscle pain after they returned from collecting bamboo shoot in the forest about 3 kilometers from the village. When the team visited the houses of the victims, most of the surrounding areas were found in unhygienic environment and rodent infested. Seasonal outbreaks of febrile illness have been occurring in Bishnupur district of Manipur since 2001. The disease was more common among individuals who defecated or urinated in the jungle or bushy areas. The visiting team educated the community about the common symptoms of the disease, encouraging them to seek early treatment from public health facilities and suggested that they be taught to avoid defecating, urinating in a squatting position in the jungle. Vice President of NSUI, G. Victor, also took part in the visit. It may be mentioned that such type of disease was reported to have been identified in 1930 in Japan. All Manipur Bar Association, in collaboration with CRED, IMC, member of Ward number 6 of Uripong Assembly constituency today, cleaned up the garbage deposited in and around the complex of Uripok Chairap Court. Talking to media persons, General Secretary of CRED Lekhendra appealed to the people not to pile up garbage in front of the Chairap Court. Secretary of Amba C.H. Bimol Chandra said the main objective of cleaning the areas in front of the court is to keep the city neat and clean and the surrounding areas of the court as well. Various saplings will be planted in the areas cleaned today in order to beautify the place. A lecture program on the theme Violence Against Women, organized by Apunba Manipur Kanbalub Amkil, was held at Lamyan Masanglan Palace compound today. President of Amkil, Fanjobam Sakhi, leaders of various civil society organizations and a large number of people took part in the lecture program. Professor Nahakpam Aruna of Manipur University, Associate Professor Dr. Sheila Ramani of DM College of Arts and women journalist N.G. Liklai Laima spoke on different topics. In her speech, General Secretary of AMKIL L. Gyaneshwari said, the present pathetic situation of the society will worsen severely day by day if corruption, cheating and thieving are allowed to prevail unchecked in the state. It is high time the women found out the root cause. She further said, dishonoring the modesty and chastity of women is tantamount to dishonoring the nation. A one-day training program on plantation of mushroom organized jointly by Nongpok Imphal Laumi Sinmi Apunbalub and Kaibi High School under the aegis of Krishi Vigyan Kendra Andhro was held at Kaibi High School. A large number of students took part in the training program. President of the Loop H. Ibuhalbi, headmaster of the school S. Indrajit and many persons attended the function. Speaking at the program, General Secretary of the Loop T.H. Yamananda said, the main objectives of organizing the training program is to impart knowledge of mushroom plantation to the students so that they could generate income to help their parents. And now some national and international news. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has said that government is planning to unfold disinvestments of its tax in public sector undertakings, PSUs, to revive the economy. Addressing 25th India Global Forum in New Delhi, Mr. Jaitley said that the government is considering to bring down its stake in PSU banks by 52% to invite capital inflow for successful implementation of financial inclusion. He said the Modi-led government is tax-friendly and is committed to give exemption to those who are not in position to pay. The government will also go ahead with amendments to the Land Acquisition Act, even if the opposition does not support it, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said. The states have come out openly against the new Land Acquisition Act, complaining that it halts the process of acquiring land for the infrastructure projects. Jaitley said that the obstacles to the land acquisition laws will have to be first removed in order to implement the concept of smart cities in India. The Rural Development Ministry has already suggested a number of amendments to the Land Acquisition Act that will water down provisions such as mandatory consent of at least 70% locals for acquiring land for PPP projects and 80% for private projects. India is confident that the Islamic State militants will not be able to make a big impact in the country, and the government is trying its best to prevent radicalization among the youth, Home Minister Rajnath Singh has said. We are trying every way possible to prevent radicalization in India. IS has had no significant impact in India. However, other countries have been affected. IS will not be able to make a big impact in India, Singh told in an interview while commenting on reports that a number of youth have joined the dreaded terror outfit. India today test-fired its nuclear-capable Agni-2 strategic ballistic missile from a military base in Odisha. The test was conducted from Wheeler's Island in Bhadrak district, around 200 km from Bhubaneswar, by army personnel as part of routine user trials. MVKV Prasad, director of the Integrated Test Range, told the news agency. The medium-range missile with a range of over 2,000 km has already been inducted into the army and is part of the Strategic Forces arsenal for nuclear deterrence. The Agni-2 is part of India's integrated guided missile development program. The World Health Organization WHO has again sought to reassure billions of mobile phone subscribers globally that no adverse effect has been found till date on an individual's health by its use. A large number of studies have been performed over the past 2 decades to assess whether mobile phones pose a potential health risk. The premier body on health in the United Nations system has said in its latest fact sheet, To date, no adverse health effects have been established as being caused by mobile phone use, the organization said, seeking to allay fears in several countries over the ill effects of mobile phone uses on health, including the triggering of cancer. The fact sheet speaks of both short-term and long-term impact of mobile phone use. As per latest data, there are some 6.9 billion mobile phone subscriptions the world over. Tensions between the major powers have pushed the world closer to a new Cold War. Former Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev said that at an event marking the 25th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, close to the city's iconic Brandenburg Gate. The 83-year-old accused the West, particularly the United States, of giving in to triumphalism after the collapse of the Soviet Union and the dissolution of the communist bloc a quarter century ago. The result, he said, could partly be seen in the inability of global powers to prevent or resolve conflicts in Yugoslavia, the Middle East, and most recently Ukraine. The world is on the brink of a new Cold War. Some are even saying that it's already begun, Gorbachev said. To wrap up the headlines once again, 21 ministers inducted in Narendra Modi's cabinet, Shiv Sena boycotts, and Centre begins to keep an eye on Manipur to make it a corruption-free state and not to waste public money, says BJP leader Shyam Jaju. Well, that's it in this edition. Stay tuned and keep watching.